You can go ahead, sir.
Good evening, everyone. The meeting is called to order. Let me begin by thanking the members of the commission who are present and the members of the community who have joined us today. We look forward to having a very robust meeting, and we hope members of the community will take away from this meeting that this commission is about representing its interests in the halls of power in Annapolis. We're also given terms of reference to ensure that the community is fully aware of the policies and programs of Governor Wes Moore. We are in a situation where a new executive order was issued earlier this year, and the Caribbean Commission is being expanded from 9 to 15, which will give us an opportunity to be more fully engaged and even more visible throughout the community than we have already been. With that in mind, I want to turn to, before I do that, let me just say that my screen is fully populated, but I don't have all the commission members in one group. So wherever you are in this screen, I hope you will make yourselves known. It is also important that all commission members sign on with their video. That is important not only for me to see you here, but it's important for the community to become acquainted with who you are so they can recognize you when they see you out in the community. So I implore all commission members to turn their videos on. It will be quite helpful to me and to members of the community so they get to know you. At this point, I'd like to offer the Executive Director of the Governor's Office of Community Initiatives, Mr. Lawrence Walker, to provide us with some update information and to give us some remarks at this point. Mr. Walker? You're muted, sir.
Yes, Ambassador Ward, thank you very much. Commissioners, thank you all, and community. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. This is a very exciting time in community with all that is going on in the news, especially things that have been happening across the country since January. We are very excited here in Maryland to be to be led by a governor who believes that everyone belongs and that every voice should be heard and included. And our commitment to leave no one behind remains strong. I want to thank each and every one of you for your service. Those of you who have been serving and will continue to serve, I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to say that just for the purposes of being clear, in January, on January 7th, the governor issued a new executive order which solidified the various executive orders of the ethnic commissions under the Governor's Office of Community Initiatives so that all of the executive orders were in alignment and the expectations and operations were similar. And so with that, that gave us an opportunity. That was a reset. That wipes out the old executive order and starts new, starts fresh. And so really excited about that. As Ambassador Ward said, many of our commissions had more than 9 members. Most had 21 members. This new executive order takes all of our commissions to 15 members. So where the Caribbean Commission had 9 members, we will be adding additional members so that we get up to the number of 15. We have, and so with that, it gives us, again, an opportunity. You're going to hear me say reset a lot because I think that's really exciting. The chair of the commission moving forward for the next 4 years, moving forward, serving at the pleasure of the governor, will be continuing. Ambassador Ward will continue as chair, and we on all commissions will have a vice chair who is also selected by the governor, and the vice chair of this commission will be Commissioner Lewis McSwain, again, serving at the pleasure of the governor. I'm asking all of you, all of the commissioners, that this is a great opportunity to do a self-assessment, an honest reflection of your ability to commit both your personal time and availability to serve representing the governor in community, representing the governor and the Caribbean community at large out in community, and that you take this responsibility very serious. When you go out as a commissioner, you are representing the governor of the state of Maryland, and just want you to really evaluate your time and your ability to serve in that way as you move forward. And at this time, again, if there's anyone who I like to use airplane. I use a lot of analogies, but airplane analogies. As this plane is about to take off for this next flight, if you assess your availability and realize that this is not something that you can commit the kind of time and attention to, I welcome you to raise your hand. You can let me know. You can let Ambassador Ward know, or any member of my staff, and we would love to thank you for your service and identify someone else to fill that seat for this next leg of the journey. We've got a lot of work ahead, but we're gonna do it with people who are committed to working together, rolling up our sleeves, and getting to work. I also want to say that there are some expectations, and I'm having these conversations with all of our commissions. The appointments office had been working to get all of our commissions reset by the end of May, which officially is tomorrow. And so I am going to be meeting with all of our commissions, having these kinds of discussions and talking about expectations. The one expectation is that all commissioners would be on camera during our commission meetings, that all commissioners would be in a place where you are stable and able to be focused and attentive to the meeting and not be distracted by anything else. I mean, these are official meetings of the commission, and they're open for the public to view and to participate, to view. And they, as Commissioner Ward said, should be able to see who you are. And so the expectation is that everyone would be on camera as we move forward, and that you would, not driving, not cooking, not shopping, not eating, but in a meeting, as if you were in the meeting in a conference room with the governor sitting at the table. That, again, is a part of the commitment and the expectation. As it relates to communications, I'm asking that if you are not able to attend a meeting, that you would communicate with the chair and with the administrative director about your availability. And I will talk more about the administrative director in just a few minutes. In addition, moving forward, the GOCI, our our department will be responsible for sending out meeting reminders to all commissioners on your meetings are typically every other month. We will be sending out a meeting reminder 30 days in advance of the meeting, 2 weeks in advance of the meeting, a week in advance of the meeting, again, giving you plenty of time to identify your availability and communicate. And then in the days leading up to the meeting, you'll also get visual meeting reminders just so that we can have as full a participation and attendance as possible. And um, again, the expectation is that when the meeting is at 6 o'clock, that we're going to start the meeting promptly at 6 o'clock because we'll have all of our commissioners in place. And so that is an expectation. Um, I also wanted to share with you, there's a form, and your administrative director will share that with all the commissioners. It's called a managing for results, but we call it an MFR. Um, I'm asking each of my staff has to fill out an MFR, managing for results, that talks about the activities that they do representing the commissions that they cover. I'm also asking them to make sure that they receive those from the commissioners that talks about your activities representing the commission out in community, because we are responsible as commissioners to the state to let the state know what we're doing and the activities that we're involved in that is representing the community. And we do that. There's a form, and you'll get more information on that. But I'm asking you to begin to do that. Many of you are out and active in community, and we just want to make sure that we're all using the same process to track and keep that. We have an annual report that's due, and that MFR helps to provide information that goes into that annual report that we submit to the governor and to the state, so that people can see the activity of this commission. I will tell you that there is a budget. It's a limited budget, but there is a budget available for mileage. And it's I think the state numbers like 70 cents a mile. But if you're going to an event, and this is where coordination comes in with your chair and administrative director, I'm asking that commissioners go to one, collect and share events with us, with your chair and with your administrative director, events that you know are happening out in community that represent or celebrate or are an opportunity to represent and celebrate the Caribbean community. And so that you let us know that, and the administrative director will have a calendar and keep that. But we also have an event request form, so that if there's a particular event that you're asked to come to bring greetings, to deliver a citation, to be present in any way representing the governor and the commission, that as you fill out that form, and we're communicating the approval, that's where the reimbursement would come in for travel if you're going to an event representing the commission. We're not going to be giving reimbursement for anything that we didn't have the opportunity to approve. And many of us use the reimbursement, and others of us go to events because we're out and engaged in community. But I did want to let you know that that is available to you. I also wanted to share with you, as Commissioner Ward said, we will be expanding the commission. The first desire of the appointments office was to make sure that all of our commissions were reset before the end of May. And so we have communicated with everyone that will be a commissioner and or moving forward. This is the only commission that we have to add members to, and the appointments office has been working over the past few weeks to identify people who have acknowledged that their desire to participate, and we will be making those announcements in the next few weeks, very soon coming up. And then last but not least, of the things that I said, on behalf of the governor, I want to thank you all once again for your commitment to community. We know that June is the celebration of National Caribbean Heritage Month. August is the state's celebration of Caribbean Heritage Month. And so we are talking with Commissioner Ward and the committees. We are actively preparing to have a great celebration of events in August. More information will come on that later. But also wanted to, before I close here, is I'm extremely excited as I keep thinking about Reset to introduce you tonight to the new administrative director who started with us just yesterday. And she is going to be a tremendous asset to this team. She is on camera with us today. She was on in the last meeting, and her name is Sylvia Gomez Dacha. And Sylvia will be the new administrative director for the commission, and Director Keith Colston, who is the director of our ethnic commissions, will continue to support this commission while Sylvia gets up to curve, and he will continue to mentor and coach Sylvia, and you'll have the full support of our team, including Chief of Staff Greg Yancey. And so, Commissioner, if Ambassador Ward, if I may, I'd like what's the word that they say? I would like to give the remainder of my time to Administrative Director Sylvia Gomez Dacha to share a little bit about herself to the commission.
Yes, thank you so much, Larry. So hi everyone, my name is Sylvia Gomez Dacha. I'm so excited to be part of this community of the Caribbean Commissioner of Affairs. I can just say amazing things about your culture, about all your traditions. I used to work in the past for a nonprofit organizations when we used to serve your people, and I meet amazing people over the last 5 years. I'm originally from Mexico. I'm raised and born in Mexico, but like I said before landing here, my last 5 years it has been most likely to serve the people. I have been working here in the DMV area, to be specific in Maryland, providing orientation and service to newcomers to resettle here in the U.S., provide orientation, guidance about what is American culture, right? And I'm just so happy for this opportunity. I think I have a lot of ideas, things that we can probably do better, right? And I just hope that this organization, the commission, of course, grow up in the future. We know that there is a lot of events coming up, and I'm really excited to know you all in person. And if by any chance in the future you would like to talk to me about anything that concerns, I will be happy to share your the contacts of the commissioner, and eventually we'll try to see how we can do something better for you and to serve you the best. I think you're.
Well, thank you very much. And Commissioner Ward, if I may ask just one more request, and that is that we take a roll call. And as I shared with you, I'm going to have to do a hard stop at 6:30, but if that we take a roll call of commissioners on the call as we move forward. Cheryl, are you available to do that?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, okay. Do we have Commissioner Melissa Buckley present?
Yes, I am. I'm here.
Thank you.
I am
Commissioner-
unable to keep my camera on for the duration of the meeting. My apologies for that.
Thank you for letting us know that. Commissioner Gabriel Christian? Commissioner Samantha Howard?
I'm present.
Thank you. Vice Chair Louis McSween?
Here.
Commissioner Petion? Commissioner Carla Sewer?
I'm here.
Thank you. Commissioner Elaine Simon? I do know she's trying to get on, so she should be coming in soon. And Commissioner Cassandra Tucker?
Hi, I'm here. I'm here.
Thank you. And the most important, Chair Curtis Ward.
Here.
Thank you. And we do have a quorum.
Ambassador, I'm done. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'd like to also extend my thanks and welcome to our new administrative director, Sylvia Gomez Ketchup, and to thank Mr. Paulson for having been the one who have been assisting us over the past few months in the absence of our own administrative director. I'd also just like to, without naming names, just say to the community members that I see several community members here who I know very well, who I've worked with on various things together over the years, and it's great to see you here. I look forward to seeing you in our future meetings, and as I go out as commissioner into the community, to see you as part of the support structure within the Caribbean community for the events our community have been engaging in. So thank you very much, and like I said, I won't call out the names. Some of you have known for over 50 years. So I welcome you to this forum. And Cheryl, Mr. Christian signed on. I don't know if you saw it.
Yes, I did, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So he's present. At this time, I'd like to offer the mic to the Chief of Staff of GOKI, Mr. Greg Yancey.
Thank you, Chair Ward. I just want to share some words very briefly. Normally, I fill in the gaps when if there is any crumbs, anything that Executive Director Walker didn't say, or where I can add something. So I'm gonna try to keep this brief tonight. I do want to share a quick a poem with you. It's a little bit untraditional, but I just want to share something with you. I've only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced upon me, can't refuse it. Didn't seek it, didn't choose it. But it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it, give an account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. I know many of you are familiar with that poem that Benjamin Mays, mentor of Dr. King, shared. This is our minute. This is our minute as a commission. This is our minute in this administration to impact the community, to listen to the community, to reach out to the community, and to effectuate meaningful change. And so I want to thank you all for taking this time in your evening to be a part of this, for our commissioners, the work that you have done, whether it's in commission meetings, behind the scenes, and your sacrifices. I do want to say on behalf of Commissioner Habakkuk Petion, he is not here today. I saw him earlier today and participated with him in his food distribution program, and also saw a little bit of his some work he's doing setting up a medical clinic. And so he could not be here today. He also discussed possible sites for a 2026 Caribbean Heritage Month event and out towards the Eastern Shore. I don't want to be redundant again. Some of the things that Executive Director Walker said. We do have an opportunity, and Director Colston is going to address soon too as well. But I will say a reminder: the bylaws, something that we need to work on, get produced. I do want to let you know, for those of you who are not at our May 7th event, on May 7th, we had the assistant superintendent for the Maryland State Department of Education present. And so we are going to be preparing or having various town halls involving local education agencies and directors, community leaders, about our school system and how our school system is adjusting to some of the new executive orders on issues, whether it's DEIA plus, whether it's on immigrant affairs, or whether it's on LGBTQIA plus. And so the concerns of the community, you all have a chance to address that as well as speak directly to the superintendent. So there'll be more on that as well. I will also share with you between now, June, and July, for commissioners as a commission and even individual commissions to reach out to me. You have my contact information for proposals for legislation. We are already looking at the 2026 session. And so those different ideas and concerns that you have for legislation or even executive orders, proposals that you may have, I want you to reach out to me. And then without further ado, I'd like to pass it back to you, Chair Ward, unless there are any questions.
Yes, I believe that message to reach out from Mr. Yancey was to the commission members, but I would extend it further to the community and ask that they reach out to any of the commissioners in which they have contact on any initiatives, any recommendations that they may have, that we can take it forward through the proper channels so it gets on the table. So I appreciate the fact that Mr. Yancey is open to the commission for any input for the next legislative session, but we will rely heavily on members of the community to bring forward to us as commissioners. And those of you who do not have my information, let me give it now. My email is attyward@gmail.com. Let me repeat that. attyward@gmail.com. You may also WhatsApp me at 240-863-4131. That's 240-863-4131. Any ideas that you may have, any initiatives you want to propose, bring them to me and I can assure you I will get them to the proper places within the Moore administration and within the legislature. As many of you are aware, we have a number of delegates and one senator who are of Caribbean roots, and we have continued communication with them. As a matter of fact, one of our legislators is currently chairing the Assembly Black Caucus in Annapolis. So we do have ways of communicating our interests, and we look forward to hearing from you, the public. At this time, I'd like to ask Director of Ethnic Commissions, Mr. Keith Poston, to bring an administrative report.
Good evening, Chairman Ward and Commissioners. I want to begin by thanking Chief of Staff Greg Yancey, as well as Executive Director Walker. This has been a team effort assisting the Commission and leading up to your new Administrative Director, Decha. So I just want to start off by, again, thanking those individuals and the work and the team effort that we'll continue to have in assisting the Commission. My report will be brief. As it is with the other commissions that I report to. Since May 8th to today, May 29th, I have provided 6 reports, 17 meetings, 7 relating to this commission specifically, 4 conference calls, and this is in reference to my position as Director of Ethnic Commissions, as well as assisting the commission.
The sound has gone off from Mr. Poston. I think he's muted.
Somebody,
Yeah.
somebody muted me by accident. I was saying
Okay.
529, the highlights of my meetings that I mentioned, 17. 529, introduction meeting, chair and vice chair of the commission with the administrative director, the executive director, and the new administrative director here for GOCI. On 520, I was able to have a meeting with Social Services Administration and the Department of Human Services. And this is in reference to initiating foster care opportunities and information for those who may want to apply for doing so. And so this was the opportunities that I had. This would complete my report here tonight. As far as mentioning information for the commission, the Maryland 250 Commission has a variety of grants for you to participate if you choose to apply for. 2 grants from the commission itself, 14 state grants, as well as other private, local, and federal grants that you can apply for. There are other opportunities through the Maryland 250 Commission, as well as stories that you are able to share, as well as experiences that will be done through interviews that they've done with myself and others. Lastly, I would like to encourage everyone to visit governor.maryland.gov, the Office of Governor Wes Moore. This is concerning specifically the priorities and the strategic highlights. There are 10 priorities of this administration that we concentrate on throughout our agency, as well as those departments and commissions that fall underneath GOCI. So I encourage anyone and everyone to take a look at those website pages and also the information that's shared. That will complete my report, sir. I believe Chairman Ward is muted.
Yeah, I'm just wasting my words. I just want to add that you mentioned some resources and so on, but the community listening in may not have been able to take notes as fast as you spoke them. So I want us to make a promise that we will upload links to some of these resources onto our Caribbean Commission website and invite members of the community to visit, see what information that is valuable to you, pass it on to others in the community. And if you have questions, please raise them with me or our administrative director. So I don't want you to leave this meeting hearing all this stuff without an opportunity to follow up with us. So, Miss Dexter, perhaps you could also, well, on the website, your email address will be on the website, right? Miss Dexter, you are muted.
Who you calling on, sir?
Yeah, I was asking you if your contact information is available on the website.
Chairman Ward, Administrative Director, DHS information will be provided, and we'll
Oh,
make sure
Deja.
that we get,
Okay.
and we'll make sure that we get the information to the website, as well as forwarding the information to you concerning my report and the commissioners.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We very much appreciate it, and I'm sure that members of the community will be able to take full advantage of that information when it becomes available. I see some other very familiar faces signing on to the meeting, and it's most pleasing to see that. Let's move on. On the agenda, our next item, item 3, says subcommittees. We have decided that in the future it will be listed as committees, not subcommittees. And each of these committees may or may not invite members of the community to also serve on these committees or subcommittees established for particular purposes. So I hope many of you here in the audience will be prepared to accept invitations to participate in the committees. The 4 committees that we have, one is on health. The next one is on business and economic development. The third one is education and workforce development. And the fourth is community, arts, culture, and faith. Each of these commissions are chaired by a commissioner. This, by regulation, is what the situation is. But each committee may reach out into the community. Each chair may reach out into the community to bring community members on board to help us create and carry out activities that will promote the interests of the Caribbean community in Maryland. So I look forward to seeing some of you on serving on some of these committees of the commission. Having said that, I'd like to call on Dr. Melissa Buckley, who chaired the health committee, to report briefly on any activity that she has been engaged in or in the planning. We're not going to go into a lot of details as to the work of the committee. We just want to highlight what activity or initiative that is being planned for this purpose.
Thank you. Good evening, Ambassador Ward and everybody else. So you made mention earlier of some of our Maryland elected officials who are Caribbean or are of Caribbean descent, one of which is Delegate Regina Boyce. And so she is the chair of the state's Environment and Transportation Committee. And I am pleased to say that, well, she has an event coming up celebrating National Caribbean Heritage Month. But I am pleased to say that there are some early talks about the relevance and how the commission can engage with the work of her committee, because there are some various some very obvious needs as well as gaps that intersect with health and social determinants of health. And so I do look forward to providing updates and welcome collaboration from any and everybody on the commission. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Delegate Boyce, for those of you who don't know who she is from the Baltimore area, and her roots are both Barbados and Jamaican. The next committee is the Business Economic Development Committee, and the chair is Cassandra Tucker. Ms. Tucker, is it possible for you to give us a quick report on any initiative you are working on at the moment?
Hi, Chair. At this time, I don't have any measurable progress on the initiatives within this focus area. I did send you a brief report on that, but I am going to reconnect with the members and get the next steps and priorities and partnerships and business engagement done for our next meeting.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure.
What was that?
My pleasure.
Okay. The Education Workforce Development Committee is chaired by Attorney Gabriel Christian. Mr. Christian.
Blessed good evening, Ambassador Ward, and to all of you, my fellow commissioners, and to Ms. Madigan and Chief of Staff Yancey. I provided a report to Ms. Madigan, who I'm sure will share that report, and I will say that three main areas we've been focused on. All of us are commissioners because in our own way, we have been engaged with community, so we've not stopped. Certainly, we've not stopped doing that. We've actually just continued with greater emphasis. And at the conclusion of my remarks, I will inquire as to what it is the commission can do to enhance our effectiveness in way, for instance, of stationery. For instance, if I reach out to someone, I'd much rather reach out with stationery that says, Ambassador Curtis Ward, Chairman, Maryland Governors Commission on Caribbean Affairs, than, the law offices of Curtis Ward, or the medical office of Dr. Buckley, or Doreen Christian LaRouche, or LaRoche, or something like that. Because what it does, it says it's coming from an entity that's part of the state effort. Want to thank Mr. Walker and Commissioner Louis McSween, for their attendance at the University of Maryland event with the University of Maryland College Park Caribbean Students Association for the ceremony for the first Olympian from Dominica, gold medalist Thea LaFond, who's a Maryland resident and the University of Maryland College Park resident. I want to thank all the members who supported the Tuskegee Airmen Flight Day at BWI. So we are engaged with the Tuskegee Airmen in youth in aviation training. We have people from age 15 flying and doing ground school and flight school. On the 7th, we've invited the governor and we've invited Mr. Yancey and others, Mr. Walker, Ambassador Ward, to the breakfast we will be doing at Harborside Hotel in Oxon Hill, where we raise funds to train our young people. And those are not just Caribbean people, those are people who are residents of Maryland, period. Because Maryland was once a major site for aircraft production. In fact, in Hyattsville, Maryland, there was an aircraft manufacturing plant. And interestingly, when I was in that period between law school and undergrad, there was an aviation technology plant that I worked at in College Park, next to where we trained the pilots. But that was 30 some odd years ago, almost 40. So having said that, we've done the event at the University of Maryland. The media clip for that is in there with the presence of the Maryland Governor's Caribbean Commission members being referenced. We've sent the media clips also for the flight day we did at BWI, taking young people over Baltimore and Annapolis, with Abdan Aero Services, which is a Maryland company with a Caribbean component. Yours truly and a few others who are mechanics and technicians, training young people to get into aviation science. And it's my hope that through this education process, which includes also a visit to Duval High School, where we met the director of music, Mr. Kerry, who works with the JROTC, we can continue to see that engagement with our young people, getting them to be disciplined, getting them to be involved in STEAM. I don't like to say STEM, that is science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics, so that they're well equipped. There are 138,000 jobs in aviation maintenance science that are needed to be filled. And we are only graduating in the entire country about 22,000 aviation technicians per year. So there's a huge opportunity, not only for the narrow Caribbean community, but for the wider Maryland community, for us to be leaders in aviation. And I look forward to the involvement of anyone who wants to serve. I know that Commissioner Louis McSween has been very supportive, and he comes from the aviation universe. So that's my report in summary. There are more details, but that's in the actual written report that Ms. Madigan, I'm sure, will share. Thank you so much again for the opportunity to serve. God bless. Any questions? I'm happy to take. Ambassador, one more thing. I did send the request for the governor through your good offices and that of Mr. Yancey. I had not gotten a response. I understand everybody's busy, but just check your boxes again. So this to give us a courtesy of a response that went out. That went out maybe about 15 days ago, 10 to 15 days ago. Check your boxes. Thank you.
I have a question. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Ambassador Ward and everyone, the governor's office of Greg Yancey and Cheryl, everyone there. I had a question about the University of Maryland Eastern Shore and the University of Maryland College Park. They're both universities, and they seem to have very much different. There's because I work at UMES. I'm an assistant professor there, and it seems oftentimes the College Park University, campus is in light of, I didn't even know there was a Caribbean student group there on campus. Is there one at UMES? I am asking myself that now. But do they communicate? Is there a partnership? Is there that happening so that ones are not feeling left out in the events and activities, etc., that's taking place, especially on the Eastern Shore? I loved Commissioner Pition's suggestion of having the Caribbean Heritage event on the Eastern Shore. Princess Anne is where University of Maryland is located. We were so fortunate to have Governor Westmore come to the campus and speak at the graduation commencement ceremonies. And it highlighted some important things. The University of Maryland Eastern Shore just lost $8.8 million in grants through certain things. So I'm just wanted to find out, because I'm new, and I just wanted to know, because some students have been mentioning the disparities that, we don't get this, but they get that, and we don't have this, but they have that. So I said, well, is it a difference because of the locale? Is it the location? What is it that's making some students feel this difference of treatment?
Chairman Ward, we have a couple of hands that are up. Chairman Christian, as well as Chief of Staff Greg Yancey.
You're muted, sir.
I'm sorry, I always mute my might out of habit. Mr. Yancey, I'll get to you in just a minute. But in response to Dr. Suhr, this is something that we really ought to look at. And there are individuals in the Montgomery and Prince George's County and Baltimore areas that are very active in the community. But Maryland Eastern Shore seems a little distance away, and folks don't really pay much attention unless you're in that area. But I think this is something we can help to change, Dr. Suhr. And, you know, Mr. Christian has been very much engaged over the years with the UMBS, UMass. And I'm sure he may have some recommendations in that regard. But I'd also like to hear from from Roki how we can move some of that forward. And since Mr. Yancey is about to take the floor, maybe he could help us to begin to figure out how we can promote the linkages, not only between the university campuses and the students, but also the Caribbean community and the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. I had the privilege of speaking there some time ago, and it was quite an experience for me. It's a lovely campus, a lovely place. We have Caribbean students there. I know that. And we have Caribbean people on the faculty. So, as a matter of fact, the president of the university at one time was from the Caribbean. So let us try to engage a little bit more on that. Mr. Yancey?
Thank you, Ambassador Ward, for responding.
Thank you, Ambassador Ward, for that. I think part of this work can be done via committee, your education committee, and I'll be more than happy to work with the chair. And so I heard different issues as far as the amount of resources that are utilized for the two different universities. And I also heard the impact of the Caribbean community and how they organize as far as a student. And so that will be something, seeing what Student Affairs is doing to encourage that, and also those student leaders and to encourage that coming together in that organization. So I'll be more than happy to work or support, as well as not the volunteer and administrative director. I know she's going to be happy to be involved in seeing that. Sometimes there are clear cases of I won't say discrimination, but whether it's disparate treatment or whatever they might say, that's something we need to know. And then other times it's just a matter of there may be a larger, more active community in one area. And so they have had those resources and those infrastructure, not necessarily finances, but just communal support to have those things. Prince George's County, Montgomery County, those are our two most populated counties in the state. And so they fill a large percentage of our total population. And so we have to see whether there is a nexus there and versus something that's else, that we can work on. I was also raising my hand really to go back to Mr. Christian, Commissioner's earlier comment. I know he wasn't saying this, but I just want to clear the record for everyone. We do have to be careful when you're doing commission business. You do not use your private letterhead. There's an ethical swayance there. Whether you have a private business or a nonprofit business, these are two different entities. When you're doing commission business, you are representing the state. So I just want to be clear on that. And Commissioner Christian, we can talk about the letter. I saw something 2 hours ago, but as far as, there was something 2 months ago, and we discussed that previously. So we can talk more, but this is commission business. But when we go into other nonprofit and other things, those two worlds cannot intermesh.
Yeah, I just want to make it clear that it would be impossible for me to continue as a commissioner if the nonprofit work I've been doing, which got me on the commission in the first place, would be discontinued. So what was sent to the commission through you was from the Tuskegee Airmen, of which I've been a member prior. So people get onto the commission because of the work they've been doing in the community. So if one were to disconnect, and I would never send something on my private law firm. In fact, that's why I said it'd be important for us to have commission letterhead so we can use commission correspondence that is clearly demarcated as that, because I just wouldn't use my office's letterhead. In fact, the invitation to the governor came from the Tuskegee Airmen. I facilitated it because I'm on the board of the Tuskegee Airmen. But just to move on to what Ms. Sua said, Ms. Sua, I sent you 3 things, and that is, I'm on the board of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. We actually invited Ambassador Ward in the first commission to speak at the university, and that was because we donated the first solar cartoon HBCU in history to the university. I think Mr. Yancey was correct. Maryland's Montgomery County and Prince George's County in the DMV are very populous and resource rich, and that's where most West Indians live, or Caribbean people. Most Caribbean people live in that area. A lot of our students from Prince George's, Montgomery, and Baltimore City do go to UMES, but they don't live in Queen Anne or Princess Anne. So it creates a bit of a logistical problem. But the way we can solve it is maybe doing specific events on the other side of the bridge, and we can talk about that offline. When we have a little more time, I'll share my information with you so you can discuss that and we can work together on the committee. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. And thank you so much for responding. I also think that having logistical transportation, for students to come from UMES to go to College Park or vice versa would be something to think about as well, with funding for transportation. I couldn't even get an Uber out of Princess Anne to Salisbury. So their logistics, and these students don't have cars or ways. They get on the bus, or there's a shuttle van that can take them different places, but not too far out to those other areas. So that is something I think needs to be addressed too, logistic wise. Thank you though so much. And I'm taking notes here, typing, and I will take notes include the phone numbers and contacts, and you will be hearing from me soon. Thank you.
Chairman Ward. Chairman Ward.
I'm so sorry. I'll leave it on. It's just a habit I have to mute my microphone whenever I finish speaking. I've been on so many Zoom calls, etc. Where was I? But I thank Mr. Yancey, I thank Mr. Christian for their input, and I was introducing our Vice Chair, Commissioner Louis Maxwell, who is the chair of the Culture, Community Arts, Culture and Faith Committee. Commissioner Maxwell.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate it, Ambassador Ward. And hello, everyone. There wasn't really a whole lot of activity. Commissioner Christian did mention the one event at the University of Maryland that we attended, which was a fabulous event. And since I mentioned his name here, I just also want to take the opportunity to really express the really gratitude for the type of work that Commissioner Christian does in our community. I'm not sure how he finds the time and the energy, but we applaud his efforts and his influence. I did take part in some events. I'm currently on things to come. Have a meeting set up with the C&J Solutions, which is a group that's currently working. It was initiated by them. They're working with migrants. It's a migrant empowerment solution group. So they wanted to meet with me as a member of the commission. I've asked for an agenda, so I'll have some idea as to what will be discussed, and I'll pass that on once received. In reference to the upcoming celebration for the Caribbean American Heritage Month, I did provide a framework, absent location or venue. So I may expand on the framework since it's going to be in August. I will reach out to our Commissioner Pétion, since I've heard twice here this evening that he may have some location. The framework is not it's not in concrete. It was not concretized, but it can be expanded or reduced, whichever way we go. So it will require a committee. It's a lot of work, but I would encourage that we really get very active. August may seem a long way ahead, but in reality, it's not. So it is in that regard that I would say we should move rather quickly on that. Other than that, really, I really don't have, I've attended as a non-presenter, but in my capacity, I've been invited to several events. One most recently was at the Organization of American States, and this was hosted by the Ambassador Luan Gilchrist from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And it was in reference to, the event was focused on economic opportunities in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And it was quite a large turnout, and it was a very well received event. And that's really about it for me. Looking forward to working with the team. I appreciate the support, and I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity to serve as vice chair and working with you, Ambassador Ward. So I'm looking forward to some good things ahead.
Thank you. Commissioner Howard, were you working on a project for the commission? Commissioner Howard? You're muted. Commissioner Howard, can't you unmute? Sharon, can you unmute Commissioner Howard? Commissioner Maxine?
Yeah.
Okay, try
Who-
now, Commissioner Howard.
Okay, now
Okay, she's
giving
unmuted
me an
now.
error message that said the host doesn't allow you to unmute, and then the chat was disabled, but it's working.
You must have got kicked out and came back in and I didn't notice.
Okay, thank you.
All right. No, but I am happy to work on the event with Commissioner McSween. We had discussed that at one point as well. So I'll be supporting whatever he is planning.
Thank you. Look forward to that very much.
Tell me, who was involved with Dr. Simon in terms of the book event. Does anybody hear Cheryl?
Commissioner Elaine Simon is present now.
Who is that?
Commissioner Simon?
She's on right now, and we may want to direct a question to her, Ambassador.
I didn't hear the name. Commissioner.
No, Commissioner Simon is on. She's on right now, so we may want to direct a question to her and see she may be able to share who's working.
Okay,
Yeah.
Dr. Simon. Dr. Simon. Commissioner Simon.
She called in, so I'm not sure if she's unable to unmute herself, and I'm not able to do that.
Yeah, but some other commissioner was supposed to be working with her to stage a children's book event at the carnival or something.
Is Commissioner Tucker, is she on? Maybe.
Yeah, Commissioner Tucker is here.
I am on. I was not working.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure.
No worries.
We have to see what that is. Commissioner Petion, are you still here with us?
I don't believe he was with us today.
He was here
He
earlier.
was.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he's still here. Well, showing him that he's still here.
I don't even see him on my screen.
You might have to hit
There
your
he is.
arrow.
He just came on.
He's on. He's on mute.
No, he's not muted.
Commissioner Petion,
We can't hear him though.
I'm not hearing him. Is he speaking?
He's speaking, but we can't hear him.
Then he must be muted.
No, he's not muted.
Commissioner Petion, we're not hearing you.
May have to call in. If for some reason his computer audio isn't working, he can call in.
While we wait on Commissioner Petion, was there any other matter anyone else wished to raise at this point among the commissioners? But I really need to know what is the status of the library event. And Dr. Simon is either not on or she.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you.
Say good evening, everybody, and so I'm glad to be here tonight. And I don't have much to say, and I just want to say thank you to Mr. Yancey. That's give us a surprise visit today, and we were so happy. So I hope everything is okay to, for everybody. And I don't have much to say right now, and then I'm just tagging along, and that's all I have to say for now.
Well, I know you have been very busy with your feeding program. Could you just briefly tell this audience what it is you are doing over there on the Eastern Shore? And Dr. Suah, who is also on the Eastern Shore at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore may be very interested in what it is you're doing.
I love
Well,
what you're doing.
Thank you, thank you. So give us a visit whenever you have a chance. We open every day and serving, the immigrant population mostly, but it's a mixed community. So we have a lot of American that come to, our center, to get services. So it's a community resource and support center, and where we provide after school program, and we provide, I would say a mobile clinic in partnership with the local hospital. They come to our center, to actually provide the services to the community. We do have a culturally appropriate food pantry. We do have we do case management in collaboration with the state of Maryland. And we help people, looking and, apply for jobs, guide them to housing and immigration. So basically, it's like a one-stop shop. So anything that we can do, we connect the people with the resources. So basically, it's quite a bit. We run a radio station, community-based radio station, and it will take a lot of time to explain in detail what we do, but to summarize it, this is what we've been doing in our community.
Right. Is there any specific area that the larger Caribbean community can help you with? Any kind of assistance that you would welcome from the community?
Yes, anything. We need volunteer, and we need this space, as Mr. Yancey take a tour. This space we are operating now, it's getting smaller, and we need a lot of resources. But you would have to see it to understand what I'm talking about. But any help whatsoever will be welcome to move forward, our initiative. So we have different plan, and one of our plan is to start a community clinic. So we are working in the phase 1, and with other partners, and to provide this kind of services to our community.
Okay. Is it possible for you to prepare a short brief that you can share with the commissioners on the more urgent needs that you have, short-term, medium, and long-term needs that you have, so we can get this out into the community to help to bring resources to the work that you're doing over there on the Eastern Shore?
Yes, sir. We can prepare something and share with you guys. Yes.
Appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are people in the audience who might be able to bring some of their resources and expertise to help you in some way, one way or the other. We're all in this together.
Yes.
And therefore we must come together to bring about relief to those who need help. Thank you for the work you're doing, Mr. Petion.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. I was hoping that Dr. Simon would have been here to give us an update on the events attached to.
Yeah,
You're here now?
if you have any direct questions for Commissioner Simon, her and I are emailing back and forth, so provide me an exact, she can hear everybody. So she's going to email me her response to provide to you, everyone.
I am looking for an update on the library event that is supposed to be attached to her festival. Remember, the library event is a commission event.
Okay, thank you. I'll see what if you want to move on to the next thing, I will raise my hand when she
Okay,
provides a response.
okay. Problem is I can't see you on this screen that I'm on, Dr. Buckley. I have to move the screen around. Anyway, let me move on. So, in terms of public announcements and upcoming events, there are a whole long list of events taking place across the DMV area during Caribbean American History Month. And among those are, there will be a declaration by the Montgomery County City Council on the 10th of June, and also a declaration and award presentation event by the Montgomery, what is it, the advisory group, the Caribbean American Advisory Group for Montgomery County, also on the 10th. The first event is in the council chambers on the morning of the 10th, and the next event is at the County Executive Office building in the evening of the 10th. You can contact me further for information. I will be able to provide it. There will also be on the, 29th of June, the interfaith service by, which will be at the People's Congregational Church in Washington, D.C. It is an interfaith service featuring members from across the Caribbean community. So again, if you need further information on that, please do not hesitate to contact me on that. Any questions from any commission at this point? Any comments? Anything to add to anything you have told us so far?
I have a question, Ambassador.
Sure.
Will you be able to share like a master calendar of all the events with us?
Well, first of all, I have to have a master calendar to share.
Okay, my assumption was you had the list of events.
No, there are different lists. I can share the events that I am aware of.
Okay.
And Mr. Christian has his hand up. Maybe he has a list.
Well, I don't have a master calendar, I'm sorry, but I just wanted to say to the new commissioners, welcome. It's a labor of love. And I wanted to say that oftentimes we may miss the opportunity of linking the work of the commission to the work that's already ongoing. I want to compliment the Radio Oasis gentleman. There's someone I know in the food sector. He's on the shore, and he may have access to resources or expertise. And so I sent you my information in the chat. You can contact me. But that's the kind of thing we have to do, because when we meet people in our ordinary lives outside the commission, but it can be of help to the community, we are Marylanders. And so my thinking is, if there is an invitation from the governor, that would be something that reflects well on us. We Maryland, we're the governor's Maryland Commission, but we're not insular in that we don't want it to be that we divorce ourselves from the things we've been doing in community, right? And the reason I asked for the, and if I missed that, Mr. Yancey, I just apologize because I'm still working. And that's why I was late. We've got a trial tomorrow. and it's juggling. But if we can have a template letterhead for all of us, so even for internal memos like the memo I sent, it wouldn't have the imprimatur of my office. It would have the seal of the state, the names of the commissioners, and then we could just use that. We download that and we would pour our reports into it, and we just send the report back. That'd be much more desirable. But I wanted to have something that I just used for internal purposes on my report. But I respect, you've been a very good tutor to me in good governance principles, and I want to continue to be a good student. But I want to just say that all of us, wherever we go and we meet people, we want to be able to bring them in and encourage them to, even if a lot of the people I deal with, for instance, in commission business, are not West Indian, they're not Caribbean. But I want to make sure that I encourage them to support whatever it is we're doing, because at the end of the day, I think what the governor wants of us is for us to, whatever we do, to help build the socioeconomic fabric of our state into one that's dynamic, prosperous, so all of us can prosper from it. That's the only comment I wanted to make, and I just wanted it to be understood in that context. But I'm very, very excited. I'm very, very thankful for Commissioner Ward's work and Brother Yancey and Mr. Walker. And I just want to take a moment to say how grateful I am for Mr. Yancey and Mr. Walker, Ambassador Ward and the others, Mr. McSween, who came to our mother's funeral on February 4th, because she was a Red Cross volunteer from the 1950s and a 4-H club president during World War II. And she was the one who pushed us towards volunteerism. So thank you very much to all the commission members. And you've just really been a great encouragement. God bless you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, we do have a few, thank you, Commissioner Christian. We do have a few items still on the agenda. One has to do with the bylaws, which Mr. Yancey mentioned earlier. And I think over the course of the next couple of weeks, we will get together informally as commissioners, exchanging email and notes, etc., on the revision of the bylaws and the final draft. We'll be working closely with you, Mr. Yancey, on this. So what I'll do is set this up in an email format so we can exchange ideas and views to get it done. If that is okay with you, we'll proceed along those lines. The other major point we have here is the creation of a planning committee for the Caribbean Heritage Month celebration in August. As you heard from the executive director at the beginning of the meeting, the venue will either be Governor House or the Governor's reception room. And that will depend on the schedule of the First Lady, whether or not we use the house or the reception. Ideally, we'd like to use the house. It will give us an opportunity to invite far more people than we can if we use the Governor's reception room. At the Governor's house, we could accommodate over 100 people. At the Governor's reception room, we'll be able to accommodate maybe at a maximum, I would say about 70 people. And many of you who are on this call want to make sure we have your email addresses so that when time comes for this event in August, we are able to extend invitations to you, because your presence here is an indication to us that you are interested in the work of the commission. There are others, of course, who are not with us, who will also be invited depending on the venue. But I will, after this meeting, communicate with members of the commission to have someone lead the committee which will be established for the purpose of planning this event in August. And for those of you who are not familiar with Why August? There is a law which says that the state of Maryland celebrates Caribbean heritage in August. The difference between that and National Caribbean American Heritage, it is not Caribbean American, it is Caribbean. Any person of Caribbean heritage is included. They don't have to be a U.S. citizen or even a permanent resident to be included as part of the Caribbean heritage celebration. And that is one of the distinctions. You know, there's also there are usually distinctions in a name. And why that name was chosen is because it wanted to be inclusive as well as exclusive. So in August, we will hold a major event to celebrate. Last year, we didn't have a major event for a number of reasons. Our commission had just gotten underway, number one. Number two, the governor's house was under repairs. It was being rehabilitated, and therefore it was not possible for us to host an event during August. But we will have an event this year, and we're looking for participation from the community. Word will go out on that at a later date.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, if I may, just to add to what you've said, and though I agree about the August, and I think we should really go full steam ahead, I also believe that June, though it's upon us, and there are all sorts of events planned, I think as a commission, and we may have touched base on it in the past, I do believe that we should, in some way or the other, whether it's to collaborate with events that are currently out there, there's some big ones, so that, you know, the commission at least is still active, even though it's not the Maryland one. On a broader scale, June is still recognized, you know, especially the DMV. So my suggestion would be that we find ways to collaborate with some of these upcoming events, you know, for the month of June, that is. This is separate
Commissioner Maxine, there is no controversy where this is concerned.
Yeah.
We do collaborate and attend events during June where we are invited in our representative capacities. For instance, the interfaith service on the 29th of June, I will be putting in a formal request tomorrow for a governor's citation for that event.
Okay.
The Montgomery County Council declaration of June as Caribbean Heritage Month, I will be present and possibly make a statement in my capacity as chairman of the commission. Similarly, I'll be at the Caribbean American Advisory Group event for the declaration from the county executive of Caribbean Heritage Month and presentation awards. And again, I will be speaking in my capacity as commission chair. So any event that we are invited to participate, I encourage commission members to participate, attend these events. So it's not as if we are not recognizing those celebrations. One of the things that has been brought to my attention on several occasions that many people in our community are a little bit disturbed that so many events during Caribbean Heritage Month are commercialized. This has been brought to me from time to time, but it's an opportunity for small businesses to take advantage of the Heritage Month and so on and so forth. So that's okay with me.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead, Mr. Maxine.
Oh, no, I concur. I'm good.
Okay. Mr. Yancey, I saw your message and I will do the best I can to put together an events list. And any member of the audience who know of events that will be celebrating Caribbean American Heritage Month, please email me the details so we can put them on our master list and not only share them among commission members, but the likelihood of getting it up on our website is also in play. Any questions from commissioners? I see no questions. Any questions from Roki? Any further comments from Roki? Mr. Holston, Mr. Yancey?
I have nothing to add.
Mr.
No, sir.
No, I don't have anything to add. Just as Greg Yancey say that if by any chance there is a list of events that you would like to post on the website, on the GOSI website, we can definitely talk with our comms team to see which events we can post it. And that's all what I can say right now. But yeah, I like the idea to have a master calendar of events that is going to be open for the public, right? So we can all participate.
Okay, thank you.
And we also do a block flyer. We've done that for other Heritage Month events where one that lists all the events, and that will be on rotation throughout the month for our
Okay.
social media team.
Okay, so members of the audience, please submit to me ASAP any event that you believe would benefit from a listing on the website and on our flyer. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming. I know it's a little bit before 8 o'clock, but it doesn't mean we have to stretch the time out if we've concluded all of our business. And so I'd like the commissioner to move for the adjournment of the meeting. Commissioners, can I have a commissioner move to adjourn?
Ambassador, I move to have the meeting adjourned.
Can I have a second?
I second.
Well,
I
I
sec-
seconded it, but I thought Mr. Yancey was going to lead us in a prayer. I know we're a secular organization, but I believe in prayer. Mr. Yancey, you Mr. Yancey, put your
After we sing the state song together, right?
okay.
Who is going to lead?
I mean, if it's not going to offend protocol, I'll say something for us.
We have members of the public. I'm not sure. I have to ask Director.
Okay, well,
yes, I'm not sure.
Withdrawn.
I don't know.
Okay. Thank you for that comment, Mr.
Sorry,
Yancey.
Director Colston was about to say something.
Yeah.
No, I was just following Robert's Rules of Order for the motion, the second motion, and your call for
Right.
either discussion or close.
All those thank you. All those in favor of the motion to adjourn?
Aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. All those against? The ayes definitely have it. Thank you so much. The meeting is adjourned.
Take care, everyone.
Everybody have a good evening.
Good night.
Thank you.
Great meeting. Thank you.
Great meeting.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Thank
I'm ending
you.
the meeting. Thank you.
Thank
night.
you.